Ooh, historical. I have a little bit of historical myself. I really pay attention to things. Not because I don't even know what I'm specifically going to do with it, but like especially my memory, if it's something that I can use as an anecdote or can really help me in my presentation. Data things in school, you'll be mesmerized at how many movie line quotes I can, rattle off in pretty much the exact same time coding sequence of how it was delivered, because presentation is big for me too. But it's that memory, as it serves many of my other fuels, that history of things really plays in, where you have a good memory for those things. But especially historical really just gets down to using the past to interpret the present and really understand the future. You might have some different fuels that can really balance those things out, but if you have historical as a really strong thing, you are just fantastic at paying attention, especially to paying attention to cycles. That's like, okay, I remember this from 10 years ago, and at about year two, this was happening, and it seems 2 years since that thing started happening. So, you know what? Year three, this happened, so that's probably coming. Looks like all the different factors and variables are lining up. And the great thing about history, when you really think about it, is it allows you to see cycles play out long enough where you can really verify them. Especially for world-changing ideas or things that someone's like, "Oh, this is a great new idea." If it doesn't last 50 or 100 years, it's not really going to matter to an historical. Even with the creation of fuels and doing things in relatively a new and different combination, I myself, as the creator of it, had more concrete confidence in it because I was able to tie it to historical things. That not only my personal history, how many people talked about what charged their battery or filled their tank, but looking out even millennial old history examples, even like ancient kind of prophetic texts, or even like Middle Eastern things, where you looked at people and there was this unbreakable chain of I am therefore I do, and philosophers just seeing this concept hashed out, and that it's something that is an ancient issue, and there were certain principles that really help people use those things to their advantage, and not to their destruction. My historical really helped me filter through those things. I didn't talk to as many people one on one. I did, to be able to verify what I saw through history. And then when those things lined up to my historical understanding, that's when I really pushed forward. So that's a little bit about historical, and especially if you have historical, seek out challenges where, for lack of understanding of what the past can tell us, people might be having some issues.